Welcome, dear viewers, to our natural medicine format. A few months ago, we had the pleasure of presenting an innovative technology to you. There was a Bernhard Klein who talked about the Kleinsche Fields and explained how the studies stand on this innovative product, which Professor Koenig, this mitochondrial expert, has also produced studies on, which are simply breathtaking. One individual who watched the program on TV happens to be a dentist. She viewed the program and is present with us today. I would like to have a conversation with her regarding the impact of this program on her and how the entire situation evolved. The dentist's name is Ms. Homeira Khafi, and she has traveled all the way from Steimbke. We warmly welcome you, dear Homeira. We greatly appreciate the invitation, and it is an immense honor for us. Now that you have joined us from there, I am able to engage in a discussion with a dentist about it. It is truly remarkable that this information is being disseminated in such a manner.
Talk about this experience.
You bought the blanket, those Kleinsche Fields for yourself.
I decided to purchase the relax pads for both my husband and me so that we could both enjoy the benefits. I didn't want to test it out alone, as I wanted us to experience the advantages together in a way. And yes, I ordered it online. It arrived relatively quickly. And then we spread it out. And yes, I noticed the effects straight away on the first night.
This scientific data that we presented on these Kleinsche Fields, you as a doctor, how did you interpret it for yourself?
I have to honestly say that it was very, very helpful for me. And that's what made me decide to tackle something like this in the first place, to cultivate these Kleinsche Fields, to try them out. I also need them in addition to that. Can you believe it? As a dentist, I also face circulatory issues, for instance. As a woman, you might experience this more often than a man because you tend to forget to hydrate, which causes the blood to thicken. Furthermore, there are more instances I would like to mention. Electrosmog and the mobile phone radiation that surrounds us, which we don't notice, but we don't feel good about it. So our performance decreases. All of the aforementioned aspects intrigued my curiosity, inciting a strong desire in me to give it a shot. One area that particularly captivated me was the ability to alleviate pain, and I simply wanted to verify if this notion held true. I received this information, which also included insights you gained from your collaboration with Mr. Bernhard Klein. Furthermore, Professor Dr. Koenig, who delved deeply into these matters, expressed a keen interest in conducting elaborate research on them. And that eventually persuaded me as well. Therefore, I contemplated, why not delve into the episodes and give it a shot?
I always thought that water is the most important thing there is. Today I've revised everything and said, no, it's actually the intact oxygen supply in the body. I recently had another conversation with him and asked him if 5Gs are coming our way. How does my body react to this blanket? He said, no problem at all. The magnetic field envelops you. In other words, you don't have all this money roll formation. The oxygen supply is there. Your smallest cell produces more than 300% ATP on these fields. That means the electron doesn't get in. I thought, my God, that's actually a blessing.
I've always dreamed of that, actually, that you're lying in a bed like that. Bed, which actually regenerates the body at night and protects it at the same time, and at the same time ultimately protects you so that you get up the next morning as if nothing had happened, in that sense. And the Kleinsche Fields actually do that. So I can only speak from my own experience that it has worked for me and that it could potentially increase blood circulation or even prevent blood clots from forming. Just to illustrate, let me share a personal experience. I had a minor injury on my foot, and I noticed that something seemed to aid in the healing process. I had scratched myself, and normally when it bleeds, it closes immediately, so it clots immediately, and I don't bleed for a long time. After lying on the BioRelax pad for a few days, I once again scratched at the same spot and immediately felt a warmth running down my foot. To my horror, I discovered that I was actually bleeding. I quickly cleaned it up. This experience serves as a clear indication of how things were before and how they changed in the end. This highlights the transformative effect of using the BioRelax pad. In my opinion, it serves as evidence that the circulation of blood is enhanced, resulting in improved blood flow. And also the provision of oxygen, as it enhances my ability to focus and concentrate effectively. Do you notice that immediately? I notice it immediately, definitely. I wake up in the morning and I'm full of juice, if you can call it that, so I'm full of life. I used to get up earlier and stagger around a bit stiff-jointed before I could take the next steps. Now I can get up and I'm there straight away. And that's great. And sleeping through the night, which has also been reported on in the previous editions, works wonderfully. It's just great. I lay on it for the first night. I had shoulder pain before due to overloading. That's how it is when you work and need both hands. And so I always keep my posture forward and so on. I experienced discomfort in my neck and shoulder, which bothered me greatly. Additionally, I mistakenly fell asleep on this side and ended up experiencing discomfort in this shoulder on the first night. Shoulder and slept through the night. And I woke up the next morning and grabbed my shoulder just like the mornings before to feel what was hurting me, and nothing hurt. So nothing really hurt. And that was like a miracle for me at that moment, because I thought, wow, it's working. Because what else could it have been? I didn't lubricate myself with Voltaren, which is what I usually do. I didn't try to get rid of the pain that way or take any painkillers or anything else. It was actually the case that I woke up on this side and precisely on this side, on the sore side in quotation marks, and then said, wow, I'm not in any pain. That was a miracle for me in one night. And unfortunately, I also suffer from migraines. I assume this could be due to pain or tension in the neck, which may also be causing the discomfort, as is often the case with our colleagues in the end. And many also have slipped discs and so on. Our necks are under a lot of strain, especially among dentists. Yeah, that's just the way it is. And it's actually the case that I haven't had any migraines since I started sleeping on these Kleinsche Fields. Migraine? No, I don't have migraines anymore.
God, that's a blessing.
I really don't. That was right about the aura. So that means this visual disturbance beforehand, and then comes the flickering.
Then you can get
Then you're
dressed.
out of action, and then the pain kicks in. And thank goodness I no longer have all that suffering. So after I've had the experience that it all brings so many great things. And by the way, my husband sleeps much more peacefully on this mattress topper than before. He used to toss and turn a lot in his sleep, and no, he really does sleep much, much more peacefully on this mattress topper. So he's not as sensitive as I felt in the end. So all the things I mentioned, freedom from pain and so on and so forth, he's already feeling better. He notices that. He really does. But I notice it, yes, or I noticed it from the first night.
How many migraines have you had?
There are some days when I receive 2 of them.
Yes, I have. That's the case?
And that's...
How long has it been since you've had any?
I can easily talk about 2 months.
So from 2 days to 2 months without, then you're a new person.
Good, yes. So I can only tell it like it is in the end. It's great and it's nice because it's limiting. Because some of it actually occurs during the treatment. So that means I finished treating the patient, then went to the office, sat down in the dark room and waited until it was over. I can deal with pain, that's not a problem. But the visual disturbances that were there were very unpleasant because I wanted to carry on working.
10, 15 minutes, right?
Yes, that's exactly how it is. That's exactly how it is. And then it was over, and then I was able to help myself through the rest of the day with painkillers and was then able to continue working. And the fact that it's over, I thank the good Lord for that. And of course, also dear Mr. Bernhard Klein with the Kleinsche Fields, because I can only attribute it to him. I wouldn't say that I've changed anything else in my life in that time. I would say that there are other reasons.
It really is. In my opinion, the issue of poor blood circulation is still not receiving enough attention these days. It is true that when the body is well supplied with blood, cold toes are no longer a problem, as this indicates that blood flow is reaching the toes. This is exactly how it works. Oxygen reaches the toes and reacts with hydrogen, producing energy in the form of ATP. This energy makes us warm and provides us with the necessary vitality. It is truly a remarkable benefit that should be recognized as a fundamental medicine. This is not only about prevention. Individuals who are unwell require energy to improve their condition. And one way to achieve this is through quality sleep. Indeed, sleep can be absolutely instrumental in restoring one's vitality and overall well-being.
During sleep, the body undergoes a process of regeneration, a well-known concept in medicine. This restful state allows the body to convert essential building blocks, resulting in distinctive cell activity. By supporting the body in this manner, we extend immense benefits to both our physical and mental well-being. Ultimately, this is vital for the proper delivery of oxygen, ensuring that it reaches even the tiniest capillaries. To achieve this, it is imperative to disrupt the formation of red blood cells, thus enabling them to efficiently supply every single cell in our body. There is actually nothing else, and there should be, right? Much more. That's right. It's getting less. It's not getting less. And I think that's one thing you can do for yourself at night. You can also do something for yourself during the day. Souls? Indeed, those are the souls, the topic I wanted to discuss, because soon after I came to realize the immense benefits they provided me with, demonstrating how advantageous they are to me. I originally purchased the insoles and successfully received them. They were great, used them straight away. I felt comfortable on them, my calves were tingling, my feet tingled, my feet got warm. I realized, okay, that's the blood flow that's starting right now. And a short time later, I wanted to read and realized that my vision had improved. Has improved. Like us?
The eyes, from them, blood flow to the eyes is logical. That's right, of course. So if it's all completely supplied with blood.
And we have, as they say, these foot reflex zones for the individual organs and so on and so forth. So if it starts there and the blood circulation works really well, then it has to get up there somehow.
So I keep hearing that eyesight getting weaker is actually to do with slagging. That's right. And a lack of blood circulation. Circulation, that's exactly what it is. And then you notice it now in the sharper vision exactly.
Yes.
That's right. It's also a blessing.
When you hear that, that's exactly how it is. So as I said, that's my experience with it in the end. And then I went one step further, if I may say so. I once spoke to Mr. Klein Jr. on the phone and asked him, gosh, now we have this organic topper and the body is lying on it. What about the pillow? I mentioned that the pillow encompasses the region which subsequently shifts towards the top. And then he said, yes, they're in the process of developing something and doing research and so on. And then I thought to myself, it should actually be easy to try out. Why not? I ordered these Kleinsche Fields as strips.
Like
I then
this.
placed them in the pillow, i.e. in the neck area, then here in the back of the head, and finally up to the middle of the skull. And yes, I have to say it was an experience that I had never had before. Something was released from the muscles. I noticed that it was like a sore muscle, which just went away. I could sense it in my neck muscles through the physical tension. My mind was filled with a buzzing sensation. I thought, wow, what's happening to you right now? As I said, I'm very sensitive when it comes to that. And it lasted for 2 or 3 days, and I left it in because I thought, no, I just have to get over it now. Just get over this threshold. What happens after that if it lasts longer? Lasts longer, and since then I've been wonderfully focused. I sleep or need less sleep. I feel great after only 4 hours, somewhere between 4 and 5 hours. You wouldn't believe it. Previously, I was quite drowsy and needed to recover myself, so to speak. I'm fit afterwards. And I could get up and could burn trees. So the ability to concentrate and in itself, yes. The overall condition, I have to be honest, has improved.
Right? I can recall an instance when I got a good example. It's fascinating how the sun can be viewed as an electromagnetic field, and the earth has its own magnetic field to shield itself from it. In our daily lives, we constantly encounter electromagnetic fields, but we also protect ourselves using magnets. It's all quite logical when you think about it, isn't it? By the way, I wanted to take a moment to express my gratitude to you, dear Homeira. You are a true angel, and I appreciate you coming here and openly sharing your story and experiences. Thank you so much. I genuinely mean that. Furthermore, it's important to recognize that there are countless other individuals, patients, who have had similar journeys finding their way towards health through some form of complementary or holistic approach. Documenting their experiences and paths could offer hope and inspiration to others who may be in need of an alternative option, allowing them to witness the success stories. Isn't that pretty amazing? Indeed, there are many fascinating stories waiting to be discovered. Reasons why something like this happens.
Yes.
Thank you for coming. Thank you very much. And thank you too, dear viewers, for watching. Thank you for sharing the program. Thank you for watching QSTV again and again. We really appreciate it. Thank you, and see you another time.